How you doing, legends? It's that time again. Over the past couple of weeks, Minecraft's biggest update in over a year has been under development. With the update upon us, it's time we take a look. In honor of a big Minecraft update, annihilate that like button for me, lads. And let's do this. So depending on where you're at in your world and what you're doing, when you jump into your world in this update, everything might look different. And by everything, I mean enchantments. We got some pretty big changes here. Inside of the accessibility settings, inside of Minecraft Bedrock 1.9.80, things have been caught up to Java 1.19.4. First up, we've got this glint strength toggle. With glint strength turned all the way down, taking a look at these enchanted books right here, oh my gosh, they kind of look cursed to me. I don't know if it's just me or what, but like, this vibe, it's off. If you like Minecraft's enchantment glint, but just not enough to overpower everything, great news. You can turn it up or down now. With glint strength at about 50 or 60. This is what we're looking at right here. It's not bad, but a pro tip from a player who's been playing with this for a minute though, if you lower it too low, it gets kind of hard to distinguish certain distinguishable items. Update number 2 is found inside of accessibility settings right next to the one we were just talking about. Next up, we've got glint speed, which does exactly what you think it would do. This one is really fascinating to me because if you like that enchantment glint, but you don't really want it to move, well, you can lower that glint speed all the way down to 0, and look at this. We get this purple, glowing enchantment. This customizability option is pretty sweet. You can use it in different ways inside of your world. For example, let's say I had that beautiful diamond armor, and I wanted that enchantment glint, but again, I don't like all the movement. I could take this glint speed toggle and bump it all the way down, and then all of a sudden, just like that, I've got this purple, glowing diamond armor. It's kind of cool. Now that I've messed around with these settings, I can't remember what default is, but I think it's about 50 for both of them. Unfortunately, it does not look like 1.20 will end up being the villager update of our dreams. However, there are some villager updates in this update. A small but nice quality of life update to the villager in 1.19.80 has to do with particles. When we trade with this thing and then back out really quickly, you can see these green particles pop up around the villager. This new effect is basically letting you know that good job, you did it, you traded with a villager. If you like to play this game in private in your own world, you won't experience this one as much as you would on a server. If you have a big trading hall built in your server, this one could be pretty useful. It'll let you know which villager was just traded with. In the grand scheme of things, friends, that change is pretty small, but this next one is one of the biggest updates of all time. Minecraft Bedrock 1.19.80 is making big leaps above Minecraft Java. We've got a brand new game mode, but it's not here. If you want to check out the brand new editor game mode that is in Minecraft 1.19.80, you have to set up a different way to get to it. When you load up the game in editor mode, you do not get your normal worlds. Hopefully, fingers crossed, support for worlds you already know and love will come later on. Alright, now Minecraft editor mode, here we are. This is so different looking. Editor mode is unlike anything we've ever seen built into vanilla Minecraft before, especially Minecraft Bedrock. With a world created in editor mode, you could move around this world and kind of do things as you normally would, but that's not really the big point here. Instead, we have this brand new menu over here where we can do, well, we can do like anything that we want to. For example, you see the space I just selected right here. Well, let's say I wanted to fill it with solid diamond blocks. Well, with the press of like a couple buttons, you can make that happen. Next up, you see this beautiful tree. What if I wanted to maybe like take that tree and just copy it all over the whole world? Well, not a problem. I can go ahead and select that tree, copy the tree, click over here, and drop that same tree down. What about painting of the beautifully mysterious stone block 3 slab all over my world? Can I do that? Well, yes. Yes, you absolutely can. And at gigantic sizes, too. Look at that. That is just about the most beautiful stone block slab ever. To be honest, editor mode is one of those things that is insanely advanced. It should really have its own full 20-minute epic breaking it down, but we'll say that for another time. Look, long story short, lads, editor mode is a brand new way to transform, reshape, and innovate inside of your Minecraft world. And it's all in vanilla Minecraft in this update. For more on this insane new beautiful mode, including how to set it up for yourself, check out this one after this one. Back in the normal version of Minecraft, when setting up a world in this update, you got a brand new option. It's called short sneaking. I highly recommend. Depending on how closely you follow Minecraft Bedrock updates, this one might look a little bit familiar to you, because it was originally planned to be in like 1.19.70 or something like that. With short sneaking enabled in my world, look at this. Finally, at long last, I can sneak clean underneath these slabs. And you messed up the camera too. Look, this is why this feature is experimental. It clearly needs a little bit more work and polish. Camera in third person is very glitchy under the sneaking slap thing, but you can do it. You can absolutely create smaller gaps than ever before and actually sneak right on under them. How the staircase right here? Oh, you better believe it. You can't really see it, but trust me, I'm right under that staircase. And it's beautiful. This is a mechanic that was first added to Minecraft Java, essentially when dinosaurs were still roaming the earth. This thing is so old, and now, finally, at long last, all of your biggest dreams have finally come true. Because you can do it. For those of you wondering about the Java Edition crawling mechanic, is that here? Unfortunately, no. No crawling quite yet, but hey, sneaking under slabs? I mean, it's a start. Potions. Look at these beautiful potions. Now, a little disclaimer with this one. I'm recording this inside of the Minecraft 1.20 preview, so they're gonna look a little different than your game. Aside from the colors, though, there is another big change that has happened to the potions. Can you spot it? Can you spot it? If you're familiar, you saw it right away. Not only is Minecraft Bedrock catching up to Java when it comes to sneaking under slabs, but it's catching up to Java when it comes to potions too. Enchantment Glint has been removed from every single potion in the game in this update. In fact, the only bottled thing that has an enchantment glow on it now is going to be this bottle of enchanting. But unfortunately, for those beautiful neonified potions and arrows, you're going to have to wait for 1.20. Next up, friends, please take a seat, because one of the most revolutionary farming updates of all time is included inside of this Minecraft update. Take a look at this right here. No, not the hopper. Do me one quick favor and take a look at this right here. We got a hopper place right there. We have a mud place right there. We put a farmland right over here. Then we go ahead and plant a pumpkin on this farmland, or a melon, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and bone meal it. And then theoretically, if I gave it enough time, it would boom. It would grow right on top of that mud. Then I could hook this up to a piston, and then all of a sudden, what does the piston do? It breaks it, and oh my gosh. It goes inside of the hopper. Oh my god, this is beautiful. I'm gonna faint. Alright, lads, so specifically, the big change with this one has to do with where melons and pumpkins can and can't grow. Melons and pumpkins can now officially grow on mud blocks, on podzol blocks, on rooted mangrove mud block, and rooted dirt block as well. This is huge. The biggest deal of a change here has to do with the plain old mud block, because like I just said, it is now able to automate a super compact melon and pumpkin farm, just like you could on Minecraft Java since 1.19. That's right, 8 updates later, and 8 updates later, and we're finally here. I mean, better late than never, right? Alright, so for this next one, I appreciate the music and it's beautiful, but you gotta listen. Cut the music. Quiet. If you played on Bedrock, and only on Bedrock for a long time, you probably noticed this one right away, because this is so different feeling to me, and I don't even play on it that much, but when I feed a mob, like no matter what item it is and what mob I'm feeding, there is no player crunch sound. The player eat sound does not play when you feed mobs in this update anymore. Do I like this? I don't know. Like, it's different. I kind of did like the eating sound. It was realistic, immersive even, but for the sake of parody, I guess this is a good change, but I can't lie, it's breaking the immersion. How are they actually eating the food? Fans of Redstone, stoners, and fans of deep dark, horror, scary vibers, this next one is for you. So I think the only spot that we should really check this out is inside of this beautiful cave that's right by spawn in this world. Down here inside of this cave, deep down in the cave, the skulk sensor. We have some skulk sensor updates, changes inside of this update. If you've ever heard of this thing, then you know that this thing basically detects vibrations. If you know a little bit more about this thing, then you know that it can detect a ton of different kinds of vibrations. One of the vibrations that was previously detectable before was item interact start. To create this vibration, I would need to have an item that I can interact with. So let's say the bow. If I interact with this thing and like start loading the bow, I'm not detected. Whether it's a bow or some other item, every single time you begin an item interaction, you will not be detected anymore. Instead, the signal is going to be detected after you finish that interaction. So, in the case of a bow, as soon as I fire this bow, the vibration is detected. This change is essentially to make the skulk sensor a little bit more useful inside of redstone machines, contraptions, and, you know, vibration detectors worldwide. And our next change is actually directly related to that one. Let's build some redstone. As you probably know, different vibrations cause different signals. Jumping, it lit that lamp up. Walking around, it does not. Well, alongside the changing of item interaction vibrations, we also have a change of the signal strength that is outputted. If you had a skulk machine that was detecting item interactions before, well, first off, it will not detect the beginning of that interaction. Second off, the signal that was previously outputted when you finished interacting with an item, it was 14. The new signal output when an item interaction is finished is now 2. If you've got cool traps and signal sorters set up, you might want to consider taking a look at them. Next up, like the absolute clown that I am, I've wandered into the deep depths of my world, unprepared. Inside of some of the deepest depths of my world, I've now jumped for some reason. And oh no, but oh yes, it's beautiful, it's romantic looking. The new death screen, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. In fact, one of the most gorgeous gazes I've ever gazed upon. The death screen inside of Minecraft 1.90.80 has been revamped. Look at this thing, it is beautiful. Now it's gonna look a little bit different for you. That zoom out shouldn't happen, and this thing down here, I don't think it will be down there. But overall, oh my gosh, this thing looks so good. It's a work of art. I'm jealous of the Java player. Why can't I have this? But if you're not into vibes or whatever, I don't know who you are, you're sick. But if you don't like it, you can actually turn it off. Inside of video settings, there's a toggle. You just can't be in a world to turn it off. This toggle will be built into the game no matter what, experimental world or not. Look, I'm not your boss, you do whatever you want to do, but it's probably better that you just get used to it. Because eventually that old one's gonna go away. Hands down, and it's not even close, boats are one of the best forms of transportation in Minecraft. From using these things on land, pairing them with ice to make racing roads, or just sailing down a river, they're the best way to get around. Admittedly, this one is a little bit of a niche change, but depending on what you like to do in your world, what farms you have built, you might see it right away. Previously, just about any mob in the game, even gigantically large massive ones like the hoglin, gigantic large ones like the polar bear, or even the spider, a little bit smaller but still big. Yeah, well, previously these things would have gone straight into a boat if I put them next to it. Now that doesn't happen. These 3 Minecraft mobs are now considered way too big for a boat and won't fit into them. And oh god, the zoglin, look what I've done. I always forget about this thing. It's an absolute death machine that literally just hates everything. It's miserable. Now, when it comes to technical changes inside of 1.90.80, we do have quite a few of technical changes. Some of them are experimental ones, and some of them are not. When it comes to big gameplay changes, at this point, we've just about covered them all. But, and this one is a very big but there is more. The stunningly beautiful Minecraft 1.20 update, it grows closer and closer. And with this update creeping closer and closer, we get more experimental features, baby. When you're creating a world in this update, if you like to check out things that aren't finished but are brand new, then turn on the next major update toggle. When it comes to new experimental things, oh boy, in this update we have so many. There's a lot of new strange things here. One of the weirdest but potentially most useful things inside of this update is going to be the calibrated skulk sensor. Like for example, with the right setup, I could make the skulk sensor only detect when I break a block, but not walk around or jump or do anything like that. It's pretty sweet. However, that's not all that the calibrated skulk sensor does. The calibrated skulk sensor also has a way longer detection range too. For a plain old skulk sensor to detect it, you gotta be way closer to it than you have to be with this fancy amethyst sensor. Alongside fancy amethyst sensor, we also have brand new vibration relay mechanic too, allowing you to send vibrations to places you've never sent them before. In a beautiful world post Caves and Cliffs update, every single Minecraft world is gorgeous. However, just about every Minecraft world gets even more gorgeous with that experimental feature toggle turned on. Look at this biome. This thing is perfection, the true raw embodiment of beauty itself, the Cherry Grove biome, with all of its pink wonderful trees, so dense and wonderful pink flowers too, and of course pink wood. Yeah, you definitely heard by now, but 1.20 is coming with a lot of beautiful cherry pink things, and you can check them out now. Brand new beautiful cherry sapling that looks so good inside of a pot. Check, yeah, we've got it. Brand new leaf block that creates particles all over the place when placed down. And by the way, these are generated leaves, but also man-made, man-plays leaves. Yeah, check, we got that too. The most beautiful chest boat in the entire game, the pink one. Check, we got that. And oh my gosh, the stripped cherry wood, or even non-stripped, just any cherry wood in general. Check, you also got that too. This stuff looks so good. Even better, I've got a great guide for you on farming this stuff, finding this stuff, and everything else. Check it out next. This one is a really, really big one, but archaeology is one of the main parts of Minecraft 1.20. Inside of 1.90.80, you can experience it even closer to how it'll be. Turn that experimental feature toggle on and then head over to your local ocean with a brush. Inside of your local ocean with that brush, you'll find ocean ruins, and inside of the ocean ruin, around it, you'll find sus gravel. Spend a bit of time sharding at the bottom of the ocean or all over your world, and eventually you'll rack up a lot of shards. You can craft these things into these beautiful decorative pots. They look so good. Just like editor mode and this next final feature we're going to talk about today, there is so much to archaeology. We don't have time for all of it today. Quick question, what does the smithing table, leather armor, and quartz ore have in common? Ah, that's right. That's right, armor trimming. Inside of 1.90.80 experimentally, inside of Minecraft 1.90.80 experimentally, we got this brand new armor trimming mechanic. The stuff is crazy. Armor trimming is a brand new way to customize your armor. It'll make it to the game in full in 1.20. Well, technically, for this video, I was going over 15 changes, though. This is 16, so this is a bit of a bonus one. But, yeah, smithing templates and a brand new way to make netherite as well. It's all changed inside of this update. If you're looking to deck out your armor with some cool designs, check out this video next, because this one's over. The big changes, experimental and not, inside of 1.90.80. There we go. There are a couple more changes inside of this update. Bonus points to you if you can name one down in the comments below. Let's see if you can do it. I would like to send a big thank you to my patrons, Skelly Wampus and Galen and Jackie S. For more update recaps, check out the update recap playlist, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.